Hello ladies and gentlemen and everyone beyond, I am BabyNoobCakes and this is Twitch Prime Free Game Reviews. And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at one of the free games available from February 3rd to March 2nd, 2020, Steredenn. Which, to start off, I was curious as to what it meant. After some Google research, it appears to be a word meaning star. This is translated from a language called Breton. No, not the Elder Scrolls race from High Rock, but a now nearly extinct language currently only spoken by a few 100,000 people in a single province in France, called Brittany. From my research, I would best describe it as a combination of French, Gaelic, and Cornish. But of course, none of that has anything at all to do with this game. It's just some fun facts from me to you. And the reason I have wasted so much of your time with this language trivia is because I unfortunately don't have much to say about this game. But let's try to attempt to answer the question. As one of the free games of the month, was it worth it? Mechanics. This is a space-based roguelike bullet hell 2D side-scrolling shoot-'em-up. And if those words don't mean anything to you, let me try again. You pilot a spaceship, fly through space, shoot down enemies, grab power-ups, have to dodge an insane amount of bullets, and every time you die, you start over from the beginning, and every time, everything is different and randomly generated. That includes everything from the waves of enemies, to the power-ups they drop, to the deployment and flight patterns, even the weapons they have, and even the environmental hazards. Artstyle. This game has a pretty nice looking pixel art style. It is nothing completely unique that sets it apart from many other space shooters, but it does the job it needs to do. There are a lot of different weapons in the game, and they each have their own particle effects, which set them apart and make them pretty easily identifiable. And each one serves a different purpose, and there are weapons for close range, long range, and some drones you can deploy. Sound. Steredenn has a few different high-energy music tracks that emphasize the frantic and frenetic nature of the game. The music intensifies between every level and gets crazier and crazier each time. Each of the weapons have a unique blasting sound effect tied to them. Replayability. Since this is a roguelike game, with each playthrough being randomly generated, the game is as replayable as you want it to be. And with the difficulty as high as it is in this game, you might not even make it to the final boss. Or if you do make it to the final boss consistently, you might never face the same one twice. And now, my opinion. I really wanted to like this game. When I started it up, I thought, oh neat, a 2D shooter. I loved Ikaruga, Resogun, and Geometry Wars. Those were all fun games. Maybe this one will be too. But I came away from the experience frustrated. I only played the game enough to grab some footage for this review, and I have no desire to ever go back to it. I felt it had a weird combination of being boring, and at the same time was too difficult for its own good. I found the overall aesthetics to be just very safe, not showing much in the way of originality, and the mechanics of the game just frustrated me, because as a bullet hell game, the ship movement just seemed too slow for the speed of the bullets that were too fast. As most bullet hells have slower bullets actually, and rely more on dodging through tiny holes in the defense, rather than these twitch reactions that this game asks of you. I always felt like I never had the right power-ups, because you maybe only get one or two before facing the first boss, or that the power-ups weren't power-ups at all. They just seemed to be a new coat of paint on the same powered weapon. And with the constantly changing layout and enemy patterns, I never felt like I was able to learn anything from my past experiences. Was it worth it? Even though I've played some in the past, I'm not the biggest fan of 2D shooters, and I'm not great at them, but I do respect them. R-Type, Gradius, Raiden, however you pronounce it. I've never played them, but I know that there is a hugely dedicated fan base for both those games and the bullet hell games they spawn, like Exceed, Jamestown, and Death Smiles, also with their own zealous following. For people that love those games, you might find something worth playing with Steredenn. especially if you are looking for a difficult challenge, which this game certainly is. But for those people who've never played, or only have a passing interest in side-scrolling shooters, Steredenn is not a good introductory or even an intermediate entry in the genre. It's nothing special in the visual department, unlike some of the other games that I've mentioned here, isn't the best choice for the more casual gamer, and for the more hardcore fans of the genre, and not being one myself, I can't say for sure, but I feel like this isn't even something that they would want. That is, unless you're looking for a new type of challenge that's unlike much else out there. So, my final verdict for this game was that it is not worth it. It's not a bad game, it's just that most people aren't gonna get a lot out of it, and it's less than exceptional on most accounts. Also, don't forget to go onto the Twitch app and download your free games every month, or sometimes more often. Because hey, they're free, and sometimes you will end up with a few gems. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.